hair is so short, so weird right now. Oh, it's okay. This video, I had a really special one planned for today, but then I don't have the energy to give the kind of intro I wanted. But that'll be exciting. Hopefully, probably tomorrow. This one, I'm freestyling. I actually don't know what I'm gonna say, except that the fuck up your life for a year is my topic. Yeah, this is one I've thought about forever. I've known for like 5+ years, since I did my first fuck up year, that this was some content in the future I absolutely wanted to make. Yeah, basically this one's especially for like 18-year-olds or something, or of course it can be like anyone that is just so hung up on, oh, I have to do the smart things and I need to save money and blah blah blah. You can just let yourself be like, okay, 1 year I get to just screw it all up and like I don't know what I'm doing and just like mess up. You know, we think we have to do all these safe things, but when you're just only safe, you might not like where you wind up. Yeah, so I don't know, so much. So just screw around for a year. Be like, I should save money, but right now, this year, I'm gonna waste money. And your 20s especially, like, come on, everyone's saying this. It is the time to take risks. It is the time to have to move back in with your parents sometimes, if you're lucky enough. Or like, you know, kind of mess up. And of course, not exactly possible for everyone. It's a privilege. That's not who I'm talking to, sorry. Yeah, screw up, mess around in your 20s. Also, I think of course everyone has all kinds of ideas about how life should go and be, and we're never sure which ones are right, or some work out for some people, blah blah blah. What am I saying though? I heard one piece of advice one time from like a monk type guy, or no, someone, I don't know, someone guru, and they said something like what life is really about at the very core of it, is it's excitement. It's about kind of following what excites you, and that made extra sense for me recently in life, when man, in these videos, unless you're my friends, you have no idea what's going on in my life, and it's just like, oh, I lived here and I lived here, and you're like, what's going on? Yeah, well, we have more videos to get to know each other, but yeah, a recent life chapter where I was studying in Amsterdam for 2 years, and I was a bit lost and confused, and I just kind of left. Yeah, and I just went biking. Amsterdam gave me a bike for 2 years, and I didn't want to leave it, but I wanted to leave the city, so I just biked for a month and a half, and that was such a scary thing. But I had heard on a podcast like a few months before that some guy, the time, wanted to do like a little 2-week cycling bike trip person, but then he ended up loving it, and it turned into a year, and I at around that same time had a friend who was walking across Europe. What is that? What do you mean? Walking like everywhere, months, yeah, on highways, on farms, sleeping just wherever he could. The backpack would kind of cut into him and he would bleed a bit. It was hardcore, but it reminded me of not this girl who's been like studying in the city for 2 years, and who's kind of like missing some of her crazier travel times and wondering if she's like getting too comfortable, playing it too safe, and is getting more nervous that like she's not so brave anymore, wouldn't be so brave the next time she wants to do something big. Um, uh, yeah, anyway, I'm just really rambling. I don't know how these will be received by people. Um, yeah, and so him, especially around that time, it just extra inspired me, and all kinds of unhappinesses going on in me, to leave. And it was just kind of this like curiosity, this excitement, and then I don't know, hearing that piece of advice about like the one thing, just the point in life, what to pursue is just your excitement. Um, it, I could connect it to so many things in my past that I was really grateful I did, but I was really scared for. Um, excitement. Yeah, like one was I had been traveling for some years, but more like just free. No school, very little work, living super cheaply, sunshine, just like all sunshine and beach pretty much. Mountains, islands. And then I just kind of got this idea one day where I was like, I don't know, I'm a bit tired of this, or I'm a bit so familiar with this version of me, Sunny Surfer Joy. I and I stumbled upon like two really philosophical, artsy magazines in an airport in France, and it reminded me of these similar magazines that I had in high school that meant so much to me. Meant so much to me. They talked a lot about mental health, which I felt really alone in at that time. And they talked about being like city traveler dreamers, which I also felt really alone in wanting that in my like small town. Yeah. And anyway, so I saw these two magazines, and bought them, even though they were in French, and I don't know French that well. It was also like a manifesting, gonna learn French thing. Anyway, but I bought these magazines, and then a few minutes later, I had the idea. I was like, I'm kind of tired of Sunny Surfer Joy. I'm a bit curious about like city, winter, maybe university. Like I would love to go back to school, maybe, because I was kind of missing with all the travel, like something more intellectual, something more disciplined, something more to commit myself to, but it's especially intellectual. Yeah, traveling, you do have lots of fascinating conversations about my time is not what I wanted it to be now. Whatever. You have lots of fascinating conversations with different people about life, for sure, but they get a bit repetitive, and they lack what I now know is more like I don't know, a more intellectual academic perspective with like neuroscience in mind, or I don't know, theory, philosophy, sociology, all these things. Yeah, so I was like, I'm kind of curious maybe about like studying, but cheaper in the US, no, in Europe. And I don't know if I would stay. I dropped out once. I don't know if I'm really this school person. I'm super scared. I'm scared for winter. I'm scared for a city. I was scared shitless about so many aspects, and I was really like, I don't know how, if it's gonna be me, how I'm gonna react, blah blah blah. Yeah, I don't know, and I was still very like not sure if I should or wanted to follow through, like, and it took me actually, once I decided that, I still needed a year, because of my poor timing and having to apply and things. So I was just still so unsure for this whole year. But my point is that it was this like curiosity, this excitement, this kind of theory of like, I kind of want to see this other side of me. I kind of want to go back to school, and I want to plant myself instead of yeah, being so transient. I want to stay somewhere, make friends, not make 1 week friends that love me because I can put on a good mask for a week, but friends that know me better than I know myself. They know my bad parts and my good parts that I can't always see, or yeah, so that's the one big situation where I really followed my excitement, and I'm so glad I did. And also, after studying the 2 years and going on the bike trip, that bike trip was so amazing, so enlightening, and really helped me to come back to myself, and shed a lot of ideas I got while I was there. And yeah, it's really so good to follow your curiosity, your interest, because also if you, I think we always, oh, this video is getting so long now, I have to go. Yeah, there'll be more videos, I can chat more about this, but basically also when you follow more and more your interest, you narrow down what is actually you, what actually you like and what suits you. We so often would like to like certain things, but when you do it, then it's just like, oh, that's not me, I can't do this, I don't like that. And that can be a danger with investing yourself so much in something like a degree right at 18, and then you actually grow out and you do that job and you're like, I don't know that this can be my life, and you sometimes these jobs make you feel very trapped and not able to travel as much because of vacation time or things. And this following your curiosity is not just some, I don't know, naive, irresponsible thing. It's gonna be so good for truly knowing yourself and your happiness. So many things that you think you like, you think you want, you can't really know until you've tried it. I thought I wanted all high school to be a city girl, New York City. Nope, I was so wrong. Absolutely not. And there were so many things I was wrong about, and I'm so glad that I effed up for a year and messed up and experimented and followed ideas that felt like maybe irresponsible or naive or scary. Yeah, so F up your life for a year, because maybe you set a lot more things on the right track after that F up year. Just be human, be random. This is just life. We worry so much just to die in the end. Okay, bye.